Okay guys, so I just wanted to start this part 2 by finishing this question about the vertex and remind you that the vertex is defined as h and p of h for the coordinate. So when you know that h equals 10, basically that implies that when you know that h equals 10, you all need to calculate p of 10. All right? You need to calculate p of 10. So if I decide to calculate p of 10, I have basically in front of me 9 multiplied by 10 square minus 180 multiplied by 10 plus 905. And that is equal to 1805 minus 1800, and the answer is 5. This is why the vertex was 10, 5. All right, so now let's start the problem number 9. Let's start the problem number 9. In this problem number 9, we have f of x equal x squared minus 16x, x squared minus 16x plus 67. Okay guys, so I just switched to a new window. I'm on the www.desmos.com, which is a graphic calculator on the web, and I'm going to graph x squared. So let me try to graph that. So here we go, x squared minus 16x plus 67. Okay, if I'm correct, that was the expression x squared plus 67. I think it was plus 67. Let me check that 1 second. So yes, it was x squared minus 16x plus 67. And what can you see? All right, what can you see? When you look at this graph, what can you see? Well, the question was finding the domain and a range. When you look at the domain, and let me show you because we can look at that. If I decide to look over, I can see easily, very easily, that my domain is from minus infinity to plus infinity. But if I look at the range, I can see that the range is from right here. So my range is going to be from 3 to plus infinity. Okay. Now I see that my graph. Okay, so let me recap a few seconds. Apparently I can't write on this page. That's okay. I can see right here that x equals 8 and y equals 3. So I'm going to read my range from 3 to plus infinity. 3 to plus infinity. When I look at my domain, it's supposed to be minus infinity to plus infinity. So let me back to the problem number 9 and let me graph that a few seconds. Okay, basically what we had was a graphic looking like this, where we were at 8 right here and 3 right there, and the domain, you know that perfectly well now. You read your domain right here, and obviously your graphic tells you that the domain is going to be negative infinity plus infinity, always parentheses for the next to the infinity. And when I look at the range is starting from over here to plus infinity, so it's the range is going to be a 3 plus infinity. So when I look at the answers, what do I see? I see the only answers for corresponding what I said was D. So the answer for number 9 is D. Number 10. Problem number 10. What do we have? We have f of x equal f of x equal negative 5x squared plus 2. Negative 5x squared plus 2. And we give the largest interval where the function increase or decrease. So I'm going to go back to my negative 5x squared plus 2. So I'm going to open that. Negative 5x squared, negative 5x squared plus 2. Let me check one more time. Negative 5x squared plus 2. And I'm looking for the largest interval where the function increase or decrease. And when I look at my graph, what do I see? Negative 5x squared plus 2. Okay, negative 5x squared plus 2. And I can see that when from x equals 0 to plus infinity, this is where my function is decreasing. Okay, this is where my function is decreasing. So the answer was supposed to be 0 plus infinity, and the answer was supposed to be B for number 10. Okay, I repeat, B. Why? Because when I graph my function, let me graph this function for you right now, right here. What do I see? I see that my function is increasing, then start to decrease. I'm going to the decrease part. This is the decreasing part of your function f. Right there you are at f, and right there you are reading the value of x. This is why you're reading the value of f of x. And that starts from 0 to plus infinity. Okay, now let's continue. Problem number 11. On the problem number 11, I'm going to write the problem number 11 next to the other right there. Problem number 11. So problem number 11, we're having the function f of x equal 2x squared minus 1. F of x equal 2x squared minus 1. So let's go back to this and write 2x squared minus 1. And I'm looking for, repeat the questions, and I'm looking for the decreasing part again. Oh, the increasing part. So I'm looking for the increasing part. And obviously, I can see that from 0 to plus infinity, this is where it is increasing. Okay, this is where it is increasing. If I want to represent this function, what do I have? I have the graph going down, decreasing, and now I have increasing, and it's increasing from 0. Okay, this is where you get f of x, and right there this is where you have x, from 0 to plus infinity. So the interval was supposed to be 0 plus infinity, and obviously that means the answer was B again. Problem number 12, we have to graph the function x squared minus 2x minus 6, x squared minus 2x minus 6. So number 12, x squared minus 2x minus 6, I'm going to get rid of that. So what's going on? Let's go back. There we go. So x squared minus 2x minus 2x minus 2x minus 6. And I see that there is a very particular point. And now if I compare this graph that I have right here with the set of solution that is given to me, I can see that the question number 12, the answer is C. Okay? All right, let's move on. Use the square root property. So problem number 13, we're having x squared equal 20. So problem number 13, I'm supposed to have basically x equal plus or minus square root of 20, which means x equal plus or minus square root of 4 multiplied by 5, which is square root plus or minus square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 5. Square root of 4 is 2, so the answer is going to be plus or minus 2 square root of 5. And so for 13, you were expecting to give the answer A. Number 14. Number 14, we're having evaluate a discriminant. We're having the quadratic equation s squared plus 2s plus 7 equals 0. And we have A equal 1, B equal 2, and C equals 7. What is the discriminant? Well, the discriminant by definition is supposed to be B squared minus 4 times AC, and depending on the sign of the discriminant, we will have different solutions. So first of all, let's calculate B squared minus 4AC, and so I'm supposed to have a 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 7. So it's going to be equal to a 4 minus 28. So the discriminant is negative. Because the discriminant is negative, I'm supposed to have two solutions, and these two solutions for number 14 are supposed to be imaginary. So when b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, I'm supposed to have two complex solutions. And the answer was supposed to be for number 14, C. All right, so number 15. Number 15, where we at? Number 15, we're having solved the equation using the zero product property. So we got x squared plus 2x minus 48 equals 0. So what is the zero product property? Well, first of all, I want to factorize my expression x squared plus 2x minus 48. And if I want to factorize my expression, what I'm going to have is pretty simple. I'm going to have x multiplied by x, okay, equals 0. For sure, what I want to do is add a plus y here. That helped me to figure it out that we'll have always a plus after my x. And now, to have a negative 48, so when I multiply the x by the, let's take the blue right here. When I multiply the x by the x, I got x squared. And when I'm going to multiply this one by this one, I'm supposed to have negative 48. And to have negative 48, there is two options. It could be 6 multiplied by negative 8, or it could be negative 6 multiplied by 8. Because the middle term is supposed to be plus 2, I'm going to have to write, very simply, 8 and negative 6. Okay? And if I distribute x by x, x squared, x by negative 6, I'm going to have negative 6x plus 8x will give me 2x, when 8 multiplied by negative 6 will give me minus 48. Now I just have to finish by using the zero product property. X plus 8 equals 0 and x plus negative 6 equals 0. That gives me x equal negative 8, x equal plus 6. Okay, x equal negative 8 and x equal plus 6. And so the answer for the question number 15 was supposed to be D. That's it. It was as simple than that. Problem number 16. Well, problem number 16, because I don't have much time for this video, I will start the last part number 3 for this practice exam number 2. Thank you.